Welcome to the Out of Capes podcast. This is for The Flash Season 2, Episode 18, titled Versus Zoom. This is a podcast focusing on CW's The Flash series. And I am one of your co-hosts, Stafa.
And I'm Eric.
And the way how this podcast is going to be structured is first we're going to do a little bit of catching up with the previous episode in which we weren't able to do a podcast for. We're going to do a little catching up, and then we're going to discuss the episode, this week's episode, versus Zoom. After that, we're going to review and rate that episode, and after that, we're going to go into some spoilers, if we have any. So let's get going. Before we start our discussions, I just want to briefly say that all opinions expressed on the show are of our own and not of our employers, whether past, present, or future. So let's catch up real quick.
Sure.
So I know Supergirl, we want to talk about that. Supergirl came up before Flashback episode, but let's talk about Flashback first, since that's kind of like the ordering of the episodes go. So Flashback episode, basically, just real quick. From what I remember, it was pretty dumb.
Yes.
Because Barry did not learn from anything that he's done ever. Like he still wanted to change history. Yep. And despite everyone's warning, he still wanted to change everything. And why did he knock himself out?
I have no idea.
He knocked himself out so that he can take his own place. But then at the end, he's like, the jig is up. I'm going to tell you guys everything. Trump is going to be the president in the future. I told you guys.
After it worked so well last time, he had to knock out his double.
Yep. He's I don't know. I just thought it was a dumb episode. From what I remember, it was like a few weeks ago. So, do you have any quick thoughts you want to mention on it?
Nope.
The effect for the time wraith was pretty good.
Yes.
It looked pretty cool. But it seemed kind of inconsistent with the rules on the wraith. Because sometimes it seemed really fast, other times it seemed really slow. And at times it's where is it even? It's just kind of lingering around, and then it found them, so now it's there, but then it's I don't know. It seemed very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Who rated first last time? I rated first, so you go first this time. You want to give a rating?
For the flashback?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I agree. 2 Barry ghosts out of 5.
Yep.
Supergirl. Let's talk about that real quick. So, Supergirl was kind of goofy.
But that's Supergirl.
Let me get my notes for that up real quick. 1 second. All right, yeah. Yeah, it seemed like a pretty goofy show. I did appreciate the lines that what's her name? Ally McBeal?
Ally McBeal.
What's her real name?
Calista Flockhart.
Yeah, Calista Flockhart. Yeah, she I did appreciate some of her lines, like the one that where she basically was like, "Oh, you look like the racially
diverse cast of a CW show."
Yeah, I thought that was clever.
Yeah,
it was.
That's all she is in the show, is just doing clever one-liners.
That I will admit I like that. Anything else? Why did Barry think it was a good idea to shoot a lightning bolt at someone whose powers is electricity?
What have we learned from Flash? Barry doesn't think. For scientists, he doesn't think very well.
Yeah, it's like whenever he puts on the Flash costume, his IQ goes down.
The young baby.
I'm the fastest man alive.
Me do science good.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, so
That and also probably CBS probably dumbed him down.
yeah. What was up with Silver Banshee, man? It's like when I saw the preview picture, I thought that's how she was gonna like transform into, especially like they showed like a quick like flash of her when she was like kind of getting like the powers. She like they showed a flash of her with like the makeup and everything on, but then it ended up like actually being makeup. Like what's her name? Livewire was like, oh, you need a makeover, so they like gave her Day of the Dead makeup. Like it just seemed really goofy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, like if that's like if she transformed into that, that'd be one thing. It's like, okay, yeah, I mean, the makeup doesn't look that great, but sure, I'll go with it. At least it looks better than Smallville. But the fact that she like went to Hot Topic and got that get up and then put on like Day of the Dead makeup on, it's like, serious? Are you serious with me? Are you serial? And also that at the end it was like basically like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, where all the construction workers were helping out Spider-Man.
Yep.
I thought that was just kind of goofy, like how it came off as it's like, oh, you have two superpowered humans having trouble with these villains, and then it's like the firefighters are like, yep, water.
Cool.
Water, my only weakness. How did you know? So the Cat Grant character, does she know Supergirl or what?
I don't know.
Because she knew Barry was Flash.
She did.
Yeah, at the very end, she was when they were like, "Oh, my cousin Barry, he had to go home." It was like, "Oh, he," and she mentioned about the super speed, or whatever. She was like, "It's so obvious he's the Flash." And she mentioned that Barry was
no, because I don't know if she does know or not.
yeah, like I mean, she mentioned that it was really obvious that Barry was the Flash, especially how he wanted to hang on to that name so badly. But I don't know. And just real quick, like the way how they got Barry back home, like it's like there wasn't really much explanation to it because it wasn't the same spot where Barry came into that Earth. So how do they know that Supergirl didn't like throw him into a different Earth, like Earth 17?
They don't.
You know, there's really no consistency. Plus, at the very end, it was like really cliche with what's that city's name? Like Nation City or something like that.
Yeah, National City.
National City. Yeah, they're like, today, National City. Tomorrow, the world. It's really cliche. But I mean, like overall, it was goofy, but like it was kind of in a fun way. So I don't know. I'd give it like a three cupcakes out of 5.
You mean ice cream cones?
No, it's cupcakes because Cat Grant had the box of cupcakes.
Oh, I was thinking the ice cream cone where Flash went to go get the ice cream cone.
Oh, and Supergirl's like, cool,
Cool. And then
ice
she's
cream.
like, she looked at it like she's an
You just
old
stole
icon.
this.
I know. You never talk about where he's getting all the shit.
Yeah, and then they're like, he's like, I'm hungry. Do you know where I can get food? You just stole some ice cream, man. Come on now. And did you have to steal ice cream to prove you have super speed?
Yes.
All right. So that was just some. I mean, unless you have anything else you want to add.
Nope.
All right, that's the catching up that we had to do. All right, let's talk about this week's episode versus Zoom, episode 18. All right, so pretty much they're like, okay, we got to open up these breaches to get Zoom back over here, and Cisco has to learn his vibing.
Yes.
And basically, the key was to get those goggles to have the right frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's really not much to this other than they get Zoom back to Earth one, and their plan sucks.
Yep. Like always.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, there was one cool moment when like they captured Zoom with the leg brace, and he's like, "You can't contain the darkness," and his eyes turn black and everything.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually pretty cool. I like that. But like everything else was just stupid. I mean, it wasn't even like goofy like Supergirl. This was just stupid.
Yep.
I mean, they the whole thing with like the time remnant, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, they did not explain that well enough. Did he? So well, basically, what I understand, he took himself from the past and then he killed himself in the past. So wouldn't that kill himself in the future? I don't understand. They didn't explain that.
Yes.
Yes, he killed
Yes.
himself from the past.
Yes.
So he should be dead too.
Yes.
But oh, I had a genius plan. And like the fact that, okay, Harrison Wells, he's like, yeah, oh, Hunter Zolomon, that's a serial killer from my Earth.
And you never once brought this up until now.
And he did not realize that he's the same person as Jay Garrick, because like he meant like Harrison Wells, he straight up says, "Oh, there aren't that many serial killers in my world, so that's why they're more well known." So if he's so well known, how did he never put two and two together that Jay Garrick is Zoom? Because like Jay Garrick doesn't have a mask, and Hunter Zolomon, he knows about the whole him getting electrocuted and super speed or whatever. Like, how did he not put two and two together? This is like really bad writing.
Welcome to CW.
Like, seriously, this is insulting how bad the writing is. Like, there's
It's
many.
getting worse and worse.
Yeah, there are too many dots that are not getting connected and so many plot holes. Like, how does he not? Because in the very beginning of the season, they showed that part where Harrison Wells gives everybody the watches, the metahuman watches.
Yeah.
And Flash comes in, Jay Garrick comes in, and tells Harrison Wells how bad he is at his job and whatever. And like, so Flash is a well-known figure there. Everybody knows his face. But nobody was like, "Hey, he has the same face as Hunter Zolomon." How?
No idea.
That's just bad writing. I'm insulted. Plus, I mean, like, on top of that, like they pretty much like, I mean, aside from how bad that is on its own, like if this is this is just the perspective of a viewer who does not know Flash and is just watching this TV series. All right, that's just that. So it's already bad. But like if you're looking at this like as a comic book fan, watching this, which this is what this show is for. This is for comic book fans, right? I mean, like Mark Waid, who is a writer, a comic writer, worked on Flash.
He worked on God damn it! He worked on one of the big ones. I think it was like Blackest Night for him. So yeah,
I think so. But yeah, like he was really mad because they pretty much like destroyed the character of Jay Garrick.
Yeah.
From like a comic standpoint, they took a character and were like, well, he is evil, he is a serial killer, and he was only saving people just so that he can like terrorize them later.
Yep.
Like just the idea that this guy who has super speed wears two different costumes, one showing his face, the other one, completely black. And he's just no. My brain hurts.
He created Impulse.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He was on it for 8 years. He created Impulse.
Mark Waid, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This also opens up more questions. Like, so the fact that he's the same guy, Zoom and Flash of Earth 2, like, did nobody ever see them in the same room together?
No.
So no one put two and two together that it's like, well, there's two guys with super speed and we never see them together at the same time.
Yes.
Oh.
Now you know why I said what I said when you asked me if I've seen this episode.
It's just so bad.
Yes. Both of them are going downhill. Arrow's even worse.
So, and to make it worse, that ending where like they make a deal with Zoom, who is a serial killer.
Yes.
And like, so Zoom gives them Wally, which is all that they wanted.
Yes.
And they could Flash is faster than Zoom. With that in mind, that he now uses the tachyon enhancer to make himself faster than Zoom. They're like, okay, let's get to work and drain my speed and give it to Zoom.
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly. Like what was their plan?
They didn't have one. They don't think before they jump.
Yeah, and like the whole discussion with like Barry and Joe, where Joe is crying, he's like, "Oh, my son," and Barry's like, "We have to protect him because he's family." It's like, okay, so you're putting the lives of thousands in danger, maybe millions in danger, just for Wally, and even then, like, there's no guarantee that he still won't kill Wally.
Arrow. Basically, Arrow every season.
Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
Yes.
So bad.
It's almost as if like they didn't plan anything out, and then they're like, crap, we have like 4 episodes to tie this whole season up. We have to put as much stuff as we can. Forget about how it connects together. Just throw it in the episode.
It's so bad.
Yes. It just seems so rushed.
I don't know if I've ever been this frustrated with a TV show before. Like, I mean, I was frustrated with Lost because Lost, they never answered anything.
They never did.
They answered mysteries with more mysteries.
Exactly.
But this show, like a show that like start off really well, really solid start, and now it's like, what are you doing?
Underdog Garbage.
What is happening to my life?
Exactly.
Why are you doing this?
Like after that plus the Arrow, I was legitimately like, this is the end. This is the end of like CW and DC right here. We had Arrow one season where people or 1 week where people are pissed off, and then the next week Flash people are pissed off.
Like, hey, this is unbelievable.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, like, at least when at least like last season, you know, I mean, Arrow was bad last. I mean, you know, season 3, Arrow was pretty bad, and
But
but at least Flash was good. You know, at least they had one good show. Now they have 3 shows, and like, which one's good? Which one's the good one?
Legends.
I quit watching Legends because it wasn't good.
The thing was, like, Arrow started getting good. It actually started getting good season 4, making up for the things, and then they just screw it up again.
It's like a magical mystery.
Yep.
I don't know what's happening.
I think they need Plastic Man to save this series.
Yes. Yeah, get Plastic Man, played by Willem Dafoe. And there we go. You want to give it a rating?
1.
I agree. I'm giving this
Worst episode to date.
yeah, I'm giving this one one serial killing father out of 5.
Yep.
That was hands down the worst episode.
Yep.
Like even with that one cool moment, you know, where he's like, "You can't contain the darkness." That's not enough. That's not enough to make up for the rest of the bad.
Yep.
And like the guy who plays Wally, like his acting is so bad. Like he did not look scared one bit. Like he just looked like slightly uncomfortable. Like, am I in trouble?
Yeah.
Like
He
you
just
know,
looks so like this was his first acting gig. Like he didn't know how to do emotion.
yeah, like sell me that you're terrified that this person that's so fast that you can't see him at his, you know, top speed, you know, that he's so fast that you have no control over what he's gonna do. You know, sell me that you're terrified from him. No, you just look like you're slightly uncomfortable. It's like point at this doll where he touched you. Right there? Okay. We got him. I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
This is bad. So, anyways, well, I guess we'll go into discussions, spoiler discussions in a moment. Let's wrap up the show first. But so if you enjoy what you've been hearing, you can support us by liking us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can leave an iTunes review. You can contact by email. That's capes@outofcontinues.com. All those things I just mentioned are on the website. That's www.outofcontinues.com/TV podcasts. Or you can go to outofcontinues.com and there's a link on the side that says TV podcasts. You can give me a tweet. I'm at Sayedstafa. That's at SAYEDSTAFA. And Eric has a Twitter as well.
Mine's at emetzger712 EMETZGER712.
With that said, I'm Stafa.
In America.
And thanks for listening. We'll either see you next week or in a moment in which we'll talk about next week's episode and possibly some other spoilers. All right, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the normalest man alive. Because next week's episode is titled Back to Normal.
Yes, he's back to normal. Has no speed.
And from what it looks like, he's still going to be wearing the Flash suit and trying to save people, but without powers.
I'll get there eventually. You know what this means? The Flash van.
The Flash van.
Do you not remember this?
Yes, from Justice League Unlimited
Yes, he needs to get the Flash van out now.
with the hydraulics.
Yep.
Oh
The only way they can redeem the series now.
no, that still won't redeem. Because first of all, I'm pretty sure they would screw it up somehow. Like, why is he going around trying to save people without powers? Like, without powers, he's basically worse than a police officer.
I know.
You know, because at least police officers are trained. Plus, they have Cisco's anti-metahuman weapons.
I don't know.
I don't know either, my man. Do we have any other spoilers that we have to talk about, or any other insight on next week's episode?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure he'll get powers by the end of the episode.
Most
Somehow.
likely, yes. Remember, it's like the Blackout episode where the dude took his powers.
Yeah, that again.
Exactly.
They're rehashing storylines already.
Exactly. Already. Yep.
Already. Yeah. Oh, I guess the one other spoiler I got is there's talks about what's her name, Melissa Benoist, showing up on The Flash as an Earth 1 counterpart of her Earth 3 Kara Zor-El.
Yes.
So basically some people are speculating it will probably be Power Girl.
Most
Maybe.
likely.
Maybe.
Or, you know, like how they're doing Black Canary and Flash as Black Siren from Earth 2.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think that would be this season because of the fact that they're pretty much done shooting for this season, right?
Supergirl, yes.
Well, I mean, no, Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're done. They're done shooting for this season. So, it would probably be season 3 Flash,
Probably, yes.
where he goes against a third speedster named Godspeed.
Godspeed. Yep. Godspeed.
Yep.
No, he goes against Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, he got shot up and died in Age of Ultron, and then came back
He
to
wakes
life.
up in a totally different universe.
Yep, that's what bullets do.
Yep.
I really hope I really hope they do not have another speedster for season 3 as the main villain. It's
It's
overdone.
the only way they can have a villain, though. I mean, think about it. If you have a person who's like super fast, who's this villain gonna be? Someone who's just as fast.
No, someone who's slow.
Okay, they already did Turtle.
You know, they still haven't gotten to the episode in which Barry, present Barry, goes to his home, as a kid, and fights Reverse Flash.
Yeah, they did.
No, because at the end of season 1,
But that's like 30 years down the road, dude.
Barry,
30 years down the road.
30 years down the road, he's gonna be like 50 years old.
But that's the whole point.
But he looked over at him and he said no.
They don't age as fast.
Because they're CW actors. That's why.
No, they don't age as fast because they're speedsters. So like they don't age as fast as normal people.
I thought Impulse ages faster.
I don't know. It's CW.
Yep, CW. All right. Well, that's it for this episode.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks
Yep.
for joining us.